Moose! It's good to have a bow and an arrow. You live in moose country. I hunt moose with my bow and arrow, and these trees provide me with heat. I burn the wood because I live in moose country. Most people in this world have evolved. They've found other ways to stay warm. I have not evolved. I eat the moose, I burn the wood, and I use my bow and arrow to hunt for moose. And to clean my stovepipe, you shall see. Are you shooting?
Yeah, I'm shooting now.
Okay. When I was a young man, I thought I'd go up to the North Country with my bow and arrow. I'd shoot a moose. I'd eat that moose. And I'd take the hide and I'd put it on my back and wander through the forest and through the snow until I saw another moose with my bow and arrow, and I would shoot that moose.
Okay, my hands are getting shaky.
But I never did do that. But I still have my bow and arrow, and this is what I do with it now. I climb steep roofs. Okay, now the camera pans back. Careful, don't fall. And I take my bow and my arrow, and I fling it.
Zoom in on the arrow. There it is. There's the arrow. There's the tool. Okay.
So the moose are fortunate. With a shot like that, they wouldn't stand a chance. I'd be consuming every moose in Canada.
Yeah.
Are we rolling? Right here, right now. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but there was a light string attached to the tip of the arrow when I shot it over the roof. I attached a heavier string to the light string. This is braided nylon, tough stuff, as a safety measure. There I go. Yes, I am. Here it comes. There it is. Now, I have a rope. I'm going to tie off the other end to a tree on the other side, and that'll be a little safety measure. Oh, there she is! There she is! There she is! Want to go up on the roof with me? That's our puppy. Okay, thanks. You're going to help? Okay. So what we have are this is your bottle brush, and these are your connecting extension pieces. And a little helpful hint from Hell on Earth. You want to make sure these are good and tight. Don't just put them on hand tight. You want to get a vice grip on here. So you don't lose this thing in the stovepipe, you see. You don't want it to get stuck in there and you pull out and leave that thing in there. Then you're screwed. And there you have it. Good and tight. And so on in that manner. As many extension pieces as necessary for doing your particular route. That's shooting. I'm going up there.
Could have told me so I could comb my hair.
You look wonderful. So away we go. I got my rope up here. We got my bottle brush fully attached. Oh, one step up, slide 2 steps back. I got my climbing shoes on. And away we go. This might look rather fun and glamorous, but in the olden days, it wasn't so much fun. Before we had stovepipes and the Franklin stove, we had chimneys, and they would shove young boys up into the chimney to scrub them clean. Not a pleasant task. And as it turned out, these young lads developed testicular cancer because they didn't have a suitable way of cleaning themselves. They were poor lads. And the soot from the stovepipe collected in the folds of their scrotum sac, and they didn't clean themselves properly, and that's what happened. They had a short career and a short life because of that. But of course it was a short career because when they got too big, they had to get a smaller child to put up in the chimney. Not so much fun back then as it is today, as you can see. All right, good to check your shingles while you're up here. I think I might get a little roofing tar. A little crack there. You can practice your yoga up here. Balance is very important. So you have a top that has to be removed from the stovepipe. Balance, and off come the screws holding the retaining cap. I haven't seen any moose up here. If I do, I have my arrow nearby. When doing this, you should always have an arrow and a bow in close proximity in case you see a moose. We live in moose country. That's why we burn wood. And with the 4 screws removed, off comes this filthy cap, and look at the mess in here. Look at the soot. We're going to clean out of there. We're going to clean this cap as well. I'm going to lower this down to my assistant with a funny hat down there. So, there you have it. One filthy stovepipe lid being set down to my beautiful assistant for cleaning. Oh, by the way, good to have a pair of rubber gloves. Dirty work. Chimney sweep. You know, if I'd gone to college, I might be Dr. Pankler and use these gloves to perform brain surgery. Or so yeah, it's good to practice yoga. Balance. And away we go. Down we go. 4 feet down. That's 8 feet down. It's about 12 feet down. That's about 16 feet down. Yeah, you don't want this thing to get stuck down there. Pretty simple process. Kind of like cleaning your teeth, flossing your teeth. Oh, don't let that go. If I let that go all the way down, I'll never get it back. But this is better than laying carpet, for example. I did that once. And I got a book on how to do it, written by this guy who was a real pro. Spent his life groveling around on his hands and knees, kicking those kick plates. And he would think about sex of all things. As he was laying a carpet, he was thinking of laying, well, not an egg, maybe a chicken. Because he compared laying a carpet to getting laid, basically. I suppose you can compare this to that. It's kind of sexy, you know, and if you take the proper precautions, don't hurry it. Ah, have you got that thing all cleaned up? A pleasurable experience could be had by one and all. So, at this point, we're ready to put the cap back on. And we've cleverly tied it to the same rope that secured me in case I took a fall. And isn't that a beautiful, clean stove cap? Nicely done, my dear. That's it. You get your screws back in your cap. Good for another 6 months, maybe. And back down. Back on down. Sliding down. What goes up must come down. Do 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 do. Spinning wheel, spinning round. Do 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 do. Oh, no, no, no. Ride a painted pony, let that spinning wheel ride. Ride a painted pony, let that spinning wheel ride. Who the hell did that? Is that Tom Jones? Really nice. So, what we have, we're coming into the house, my beautiful house. My beautiful wife, who was my assistant. And we're going to have a look at the stove over here, which is what this was all.
Don't sit down if you're filthy.
I know I'm filthy. I'm a chimney sweep, and my testicles need a washing.
Oh, stop that.
I have soot in the folds of my testicles.
You do not.
And I'm going to clean them up as soon as we're done with this. Anyway, I don't know if you can see in there, that is a pile of soot. See that V-shaped pattern there? That's all was in the pipe. This stove was cleaned before we started. We cleaned it up. Notice how we've put this Marty. Let's put this nice, and it's filthy too. Anyway, that's what we have, and that is a big pile of soot that we're going to have to clean out of the stove because it was all in the pipe. And that's why we did all this. Plus to show you a nice movie and tell you a few stories about children going up chimneys. What else? Moose! Moose! Don't forget the moose!